Oh yeah, we got our special killer headlights and we're gonna do some nighttime driving. Let's get it started right now. Let's go.
Robbie's got a gold watch, don't seem like a whole lot. After 30 years of driving up and down the interstate, got a good life, and Robbie's got a good wife.
Ooh boy, what's going on, everybody? Doing a little bit of nighttime driving, rolling through Arkansas. Yeah, remember what I told y'all. You gotta do what you gotta do to avoid DOT. I'm not gonna call them Nazis, and I'm not gonna call them the Gestapo. I'm not gonna say anything that would cause anybody to ever want to perpetrate any type of violence towards the DOT. But avoiding DOT, trying not to be in the same space that they're in, is not violence. That's not, illegal. So, if you don't feel comfortable around them, you want to avoid them, that's fine. That's not illegal. That's not, as long as you're not driving on roads you're not supposed to be driving on, and you're not running the scale house when you're supposed to go in, stuff like that. I mean, I'm not advocating in any way for anybody to break the law. No, sir. I wouldn't do that. I'm just choosing to run when I think it's less likely I'll encounter them. So, yeah, that's why we do a lot of night driving. Plus, the traffic isn't as bad, So instead of it being trucks all around me and everything else like it would be during the daytime coming through here, you still see a decent amount of traffic, don't get me wrong, but it ain't near as bad as it would be if we were driving in the daytime. We're headed down to Terrell, Texas, and we're delivering just down the road from Terrell in Kaufman, Texas. So we're going to spend, we'll be in Terrell, Texas Sunday morning, which is in the morning. And so we'll get there around probably 8 a.m., somewhere in there, local time. And there'll be plenty of parking spaces, man, because, people get up and start leaving out around between 6 and 8 a.m. All these spots start opening up, and we just whip right into one, you know what I'm saying? So that works good too when you drive at night. You get to the truck stop at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, and the spots start opening up. You just whip right into one, park, and go to sleep. And then when you're leaving out that night, somebody's needing a spot, you pull out, boom, they whip right in. It works out for everybody. So, yeah. But, yeah, we're I despise what I am hauling. If I didn't have to haul it because I need the money, I would refuse to haul it. It goes against my core value principles. I despise solar energy. Windmills and solar power crap sucks. Okay, let me clarify something here because I don't want to make nobody mad. My mother and a lot of other people I know have solar panels on their house, and that's fine. If you want solar panels for your own personal use at your house, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I just don't want to see solar panel fields where they could be raising cattle and crops to feed our country. You see all these damn beautiful pastures and cornfields that are being destroyed so they can put a bunch of freaking solar panels out there, and it really ticks me off. Every time I drive past one, when I'm on I-10 going through Florida, they got a big one over there, the other side of, was it Live Oak, I think, maybe, or either just before Live Oak, between Madison and Live Oak, I think it is. You know, they got one in Bainbridge, Georgia. You know, a couple of them around Bainbridge, near where I live. And, you know, what are you going to do when these panels ain't no good no more? What you going to do with them? You know, they got all these chemicals in them. Just, I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. They're ugly. And they waste so much good space, man. I mean, I've probably said this before, and you've probably heard it before. You want to put solar panels up? Put them in Walmart parking lots so people can park underneath them, you know, and have a little protection when it rains. They don't get so much, they don't get wet. It's like a giant covered parking lot. And stuff like that, you know. Put them on top of Walmarts and Lowe's and Home Depots and other buildings. Don't put them in daggum pastures where cows can be out there grazing. Instead of taking that land to put solar panel fields in, how about let's start putting some damn cows out there, man? You know? That don't make no damn sense to me. We should be trying our very best to have as many cattle as possible. I mean, we should be trying to just produce as many cattle as humanly possible. All these solar panel fields should be full of cattle. Because if you haven't been in the grocery store lately and tried to buy a steak or hamburger, I got a little surprise for you. That stuff done went and got expensive, man. I ain't lying. Woo! I think I bought a couple New York strips the other day, and they were on sale, man. 2 New York strips, about, I want to say they were like maybe 10 ounces a piece. You know, it's a little bit over a pound. It was 20-something dang dollars, man. And then there was some, like a couple of T-bones was like nearly 30. You know, some ribeyes that were like crazy expensive. Hamburger meat, man. Hamburger. Freaking hamburger. $7 a pound. What the hell, man? Just a couple years ago, it seemed like, you know, back, you know, maybe 3 years ago, it was like $2.99, $3.99 a pound. I remember buying it for $2.49 a pound less than 5 years ago. What the hell happened? Oh man, that's crazy. But yeah, we need to be growing cows, man. Not solar panel fields. So, I don't know, it just ticks me off. I hate solar panels. I mean, we have too much oil and coal, you know, and I'm not saying that's the answer. That's not what we should be doing, just oil and coal. Here's the thing, right? A lot of you are not going to agree with me on this, but I think we need to be looking into, and I hate to say the word because it scares people. There's nothing to be scared of. It's going to be okay. But we need to be looking at nuclear power. And nuclear power today is not nuclear power when I was a little kid back in the 70s. It's considerably different now. We have so many more safety features in place. the way they build these plants, everything else is so much better now than it was back then. And here's the thing, right? Before you get nervous and start getting upset and getting mad about me saying nuclear power, do you know that we have an aircraft carrier called the Gerald F. Ford, or whatever it is, Ford aircraft carrier, and it can stay out to sea indefinitely, more or less, because it does not need diesel fuel to be able to run. I mean, it probably uses diesel fuel for some stuff, I'm sure, backup generators or for something, I'm sure. But, well, I guess they need fuel for the planes, right? But anyway, it's a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier. So if they can put nuclear power into an aircraft carrier, why can't they, when they build in these big data centers for what they call it? Oh man, what do they call that? I swear I'm getting so old I can't remember nothing. Shoot. What's it called when they... Oh, man. It ain't data center, something else. Oh, crap. It'll probably come to me later. But these centers, right, where that they're building now, it's going to be used, like for AI and all this other stuff, they're going to be using up a lot of data and a lot of... it's the internet. It's the... crap. I know the technical word and I can't think of it now to save my life. Anyway, it uses a lot of electricity. You know, servers. Why can't I think of servers? It's these servers, right? That they use a lot of energy, not just for the servers, but they have to keep them cool. They can't get overheated, right? So they have to have all these air conditioning systems to keep them cool, right? So they use up a lot of electricity. And they were saying, I saw this the other day, just 5 years ago, they used up 4% of our power. 4%, right? That's a decent amount of power if you think about it, of all the power that's used. Now they're up to 12%. In like 5 or 6 years, they're up to 12%. So we keep building these servers and these data centers and stuff. They're going to be up to like 20 or 30% in another 5 or 10 years, you know. So my idea, and I keep in mind, I'm an old geezer, redneck, that, you know, barely made it through high school. I don't have any kind of college education or none of that stuff. But I have ideas, right? I always coming up with these crazy ideas and stuff that I think would work. And my idea was, when you build these data centers, the first thing you need to do is build a nuclear power thing with it. So that each data processing center, each server center like that, has its own power source right there. And then you can run power from an alternate source to it, or you can put in massive generators, whatever you want to do, right? But what I'm saying is the primary power would be like nuclear, and that way they're not drawing power that consumers like myself would be using, right? And the thing is, our power bills have gone up because now we're having to compete with these data centers and servers and stuff for power. So the rule of thumb is whoever can pay gets the product, right? So they raise their price. Are you going to meet it? So-and-so over here is going to pay it if you don't, you know. And so that's the thing, right? So now our power's going up. So if each of these centers had their own power source, it wouldn't have to go up like that, right? And here's the thing, right? I can't remember where it was at. I saw it. I want to say it was Texas, but it might have been somewhere else. Anyway, they were building this nuclear reactor, this power source, and it was not much bigger than a mobile home, a small mobile home, like maybe 60 feet by 40 feet, something like that. It wasn't that big. It was a little small space, and they were building this nuclear reactor just for that building or something. So I don't understand why we can't do that when we build these data centers and these servers and stuff. Why not build their own power source? And here's the best part, right? If you're building it and you don't have a lot of land to build it on, dig down, put the nuclear thing down in the ground underneath the data center, right? That way you don't take up as much space if you don't have the space. Oh man, there was 2 deer. I don't know if y'all saw them, but they were in the ditch over there. Anyway, that's one idea. But a lot of times these servers and these places like this, they'll be on like 50 acres or 100 acres. They'll be on big areas, like Google, right? We deliver to a lot of Google places. One of them I know is in Pryor, Oklahoma, and they have a pretty decent sized big lot there, and they could easily put in one of these nuclear power plants if they had, to run that, because you can look at it and see all the power lines that are going into this place. They use a lot of power. So why can't they do that, right? And then that would help cut back on their overall costs, because in the long run, they're not going to have to be buying all that electricity. They already have it in-house, and that would save them money on the servers and the data. Oh man, that was crazy. So my iPhone overheats. I use a what they call that? The mount where it sticks to the window and it's magnetic, but it also charges the phone, so the phone doesn't go dead. The battery run out and everything, but the phone overheats. So now I got to start turning the defroster air conditioner thing on to try to keep the phone cool down. That's crazy. And it ain't even hot outside. It's cool. It's cool in here. But anyway, it overheats. So I had to stick it over there in the ice maker for a little while, let it get cooled back down. But anyway, let me pick back up where I was coming from, talking about the nuclear thing for the data centers. I think that's a good idea myself. It's something that would work. Another idea that I've had for years, and I know the car manufacturing companies have had this idea as well, like Tesla. You're not going to tell me that Elon Musk, in all of his infinite wisdom, as smart as he is, sending rockets to space and all this other stuff, Starlink, we have Starlink, I love it. Starlink is the best. If you live out in the country, you don't live in town where you have high-speed internet, get Starlink. It is awesome. You will not regret it. Okay. I'd rather have it than cable internet, to be honest with you. I mean, we stream all the time on TV. No circle of death, none of that stuff, man. It's just like steady rolling. And we just got in the mail, Teresa told me it came in the mail the other day, we got the Starlink Mini. The Mini. And what that is, it's more or less a backup that you can use if something goes down with your Starlink at the house. Or, and this is what we're going to be using it for, you can take it with you when you go on trips. Yeah, baby. It's mobile. And you know where it's going, right? Huh? Yeah, it's going on Big Blue. We just got to get it all set up, and it's not going to be that expensive. The best part is we got it for free. We didn't have to pay anything to get the equipment or nothing. That was an awesome deal. I had to pay for the service, but the service ain't going to be as much as you think. However, it's going to be a little bit more for me than it would be for you, because I am getting unlimited data, because it would make no sense for me to get it with 50 gigs of data a month. I'll burn through 50 gigs of data in like 3 days, 2 or 3 days. So, because on average, I probably use anywhere from 500 to 1,000 gigs of data a month. Because when I'm in the truck, I use it for all my mapping stuff, my EOD. I use it for when I'm parked. It's my TV. You know, I stream DirecTV, YouTube, other apps, you know, like Paramount Plus and stuff like that. So I use a lot of data. And so that's why it makes more sense to just go ahead and pay for the unlimited data. So, yeah, gonna get the Starlink Mini hooked up. And I do have a Wii Boost in my truck also to help me with cell service. And, you know, I'll be honest with you. I know I'm getting off topic. I'm going to circle back to Tesla, but I want to go ahead and tell you this, I guess, while I'm thinking about it. And I'll probably do a video on this at some point. I went online and bought these magnet mount cameras. And you can mount them anywhere there's metal, iron or steel, something like that, that it'll stick to. They're magnetic. Pop, just stick them on there. And I mean a strong ass magnet too. So right now I use them on the trailer. I stick them on the back end of the trailer. Sometimes I'll put one also on. I got two cameras, so I put one on the side and I'll put one in the very back. And that way I can see people coming up behind me. If I start smoking, I'll be able to see the smoke coming out underneath of the camera. You know, just stuff like that you'll be able to see. And it comes with its own monitor. It's a little small monitor, maybe 8 inches, something like that, about the size of the large Ram McNally, you know, GPS. And actually, I have it right next to the Ram McNally up on the thing. So, and I recently was told by a good friend, Matt Nomad Trucker, who's also on YouTube's, about he had gotten this Garmin on super good deal on this Garmin off of I think it was Facebook Marketplace, and he's like, man, you got to get one of these, they're awesome. So I was like, oh, okay, let me check it out then. So I went and looked, read the reviews, and saw what all it'll do and stuff. And I like it, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't have as many features, or it doesn't display as many features as it does, the Ram McNally does. So I use both. I use Garmin and Ram McNally, but I don't use Ram McNally as much anymore because it looks like it's pregnant, about to give birth at any moment, like it's about to pop. It's the pack, some kind of pack inside is expanded and busted the frame open. So I'm expecting it to just blow up at any minute. So I have the Garmin in my far left corner. I have the Ram McNally in the center underneath my CB. And then right next to that, I have the, woo! Did you see that car fly by? Holy crap, man, they were flying. Because I'm doing 70, and they just flew past me like I was sitting still. Woo! Anyway, so then next to the Ram McNally, I put the monitor for the cameras. And supposedly this monitor will support up to 4 cameras. But it only comes with 2. And I couldn't buy extra cameras just for it off of Amazon where I bought the thing. So anyway, I bought another, because they won't sell. They were only like $150, I think. So I went ahead and bought another set of cameras and it came with another monitor. And what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to put a camera underneath my air breathers on both sides of the truck, and I'm going to have it face back. So, and I forgot the best part. You can record on these babies. They have a loop where they record data. See, there you go. That's why I was telling y'all about the air conditioner. Let's see if I can clear that up a little bit. It fogs up my windows. But anyway, so you can record. It has a recording. It comes with, you can buy a SD card and put in it, and you can record. So if anything happens, it's kind of like a dash cam, and way less expensive dash cam, and one that you can mount wherever you want to mount it. Now my breathers are made out of aluminum, so it's not going to stick. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to put a metal plate underneath the breather, fasten that metal plate underneath there, and then I'll stick it to that metal plate, and that way I'll be able to record what's on each side of me. People driving up beside me, stuff like that. Somebody hits me, backing into me. Also, when I'm parked at the truck stops, I can turn the cameras around, and they can, if somebody's backing in, I can record that. But I have my dash cam for that, so I don't really need that for that. But yeah, I like that. They're gonna be great. It's just some extra added protection with the way people want to sue everybody nowadays. And having now that I have 4 cameras, I figure I can put one on each side of the underneath the breathers, and then still have 1 or 2 on the trailer back there. It works great when you're backing in tight spots too. If you have to blind side back in or something like that, they're awesome. And it's like having somebody back there spotting for you. So I love that about them also. And if you need to, and I've done this before, you can run back there when you open your doors, take the camera from under the trailer and move it and stick it over on one of the other trailers next to where you're backing in, or you can go back there and stick it on the dock, close to where you're backing into the dock, and you'll be able to see your trailer as you're backing in instead of looking from the trailer. You'll be looking at the trailer, and that's even better. I used to use my iPhone because I have 2 iPhones, and I would FaceTime myself and put one of them back there on the dock and watch myself backing in, just to make sure I didn't hit anything. Especially when you're blindside backing in. Even when you're backing in regular, you can't always see how close you're getting on the other side, on the driver or the passenger side. So it's good to be able to have an extra set of eyes, so to speak. And where I got off on a tangent about that was the high-tech redneck thing. So I got 2 GPS, Garmin and Rand McNally. I have 2 iPhones, Verizon and AT&T. I have 2 dash cams. One of them's the Falcon, something other, and the other one is like a Cobra. I forgot what the name of it is now. Something other Cobra. So I have the 2 dash cams. I have 2 GPS, 2 iPhones. I have 2 iPads. I have the big iPad that I use for my ELD, and then I have a smaller iPad mini that I had before I had it, and I just kept it, and I still use it because it has its own data plan. And so I use it a lot of times when I'm parked. I can watch TV or something on it. And also, like I said, I have 2 dash cams, 2 GPSs, 2 iPhones, 2 iPads, and now I have 2 sets of cameras with 2 monitors. So I'm like Noah's Ark, baby. I got 2 of everything. And so if you put everything that I have up on the window, I wouldn't be able to see out my window. So a lot of it I have alongside the dash and stuff like that. And but yeah, my view is not blocked, or I'm not distracted or anything like that. I mean, if you notice nowadays, they're making 18-wheelers that don't have mirrors. they have cameras instead of mirrors. And I thought that was this kind of stupid thing, and in some ways it might be, but in a way it's kind of good too, because you don't have to turn your head and look out the mirror. If you have the monitor right there in front of you, you can keep watching the road and just kind of, glance up and then glance back down, just to see what's coming up behind you or where you're at or whatever. And so that's the good part about having the cameras. You can just kind of glance up, see what you're looking at, and back down. Kind of like your GPS, you can just kind of glance up at it and glance back down, and that way you're not turning your head and getting distracted from looking at what's going on in front of you on the road. You can still be looking at the road and just kind of glance up, glance down, glance up, glance down, and your eyes are not off the road for more than a millisecond or two, and so that's what I like about that. But all right, so let's circle back to what I was talking about when I was talking about Tesla, and then I got off on this thing about all the electronic devices and crap I have. And one other little small thing that I have that I use is it's called a scanner, and it's hooked up to my engine's computer system, and I can see 4 different. I can monitor up to 4 different things, like oil pressure, oil temperature, water temperature, the voltage on my for my batteries. I can monitor my water temperature. I said water temperature, didn't I? I can monitor my fuel mileage, what kind of mileage I'm getting. And I've noticed lately when I don't run my fan as much, during the winter months, I get way better fuel mileage. The other day I had a light load installation and I was averaging 6.8 miles a gallon. And that's really good. If you own a Freightliner Classic or a big Kenworth Peterbilt, something like that, and you got an old school motor in it, not one of these new fuel efficient motors, I'm talking about, like a Caterpillar or Detroit 60 series or an old red top, is it red top Cummins? Anyway, whatever it is. If you got them older motors like that, pre-emission motors, you know what I'm talking about. So 6.8, I think it's pretty good compared to what I get during the summer when I have to run my fan a lot to keep the motor cool. I don't get as good, So, and then the other day I was deadhead and I was empty, and I think I was getting like 7.5, which was incredible for me. Of course, I had slowed down. I was only doing like 65 or so. But yeah. Anyway, get back to what I was talking about with the Tesla thing, man. How come Elon Musk, as smart as he is, has not built in solar panels to the top of his cars? You can put these solar panels on top of the car, or on the hood, or the front hood, back hood, and on the roof of the car. Build them into the design of the car, and that would keep the battery charged while you're driving down the road, assuming you're driving in the daytime. And then if for some reason the charge runs out at night, then you stop somewhere and hook up. But most people aren't going to be driving 24 hours a day. So if your car is parked during the daytime, you're driving at night, then you're going to have a fully charged battery when you go to leave out. If you're, driving during the daytime, well, while you're driving down the road, your car is charging. Now that's one way of charging the car. How many of you guys ever had a bicycle, and when you were a kid, and you had a little light that was on your bicycle, and there was a little cord that ran down, and there was a little thing that fastened right there next to your tire, so your tire the friction between it and the tire was like a little spinning wheel, and it would spin coming off the friction of the tire. And when it spin, it would create electricity and run your light. Have you ever seen those when you were a kid? So anyway, why can't they do something like that with the car, right? So while your wheels are spinning and you're driving, it's creating electricity. So now you're creating electricity while your wheels are spinning, and you're creating electricity with the solar panels. So between the two of them, I had to double check my mic. I wasn't sure it was even on. I was like, can they hear me? Turning around where I can see the blue light. Anyway, so that way you're creating power from two different sources, and power from two different sources like that should be enough to charge your battery, or at least maintain the battery while you're going down the road. So now, instead of driving 350 miles, 400 miles on a charge, you can drive 700 or 800 miles maybe, or maybe indefinitely, The main thing is you don't always have to find somewhere to plug in your car, If it's got the solar panels, they can charge the car during the daytime, And because I know at some point these charging stations are going to be more available and in more places, making it easier to get to them, because they're putting them up everywhere. They're putting them in Walmart parking lots, grocery store parking lots, anywhere where people go and shop and stuff like that. They're putting them in gas stations and stuff like that, But see, that's the main reason I would never buy an electric car, is because I don't want to have to sit somewhere and twiddle my thumbs for, hours at a time to charge up the car. So that's the main reason. The other reason is I don't want to blow up. I worry about those batteries blowing up, man. I've seen that happen before. Like they get water in them or something, they blow up, catch fire or whatever. Down in Florida, we had a bunch of them catch on fire during hurricane season when they got flooded with water. Now, I don't know if that was salt water or if that was fresh water that did that, but I don't want to take a chance either way. But yeah, let's jump off here so we can go down and get on I-30. But yeah, I have ideas like this sometimes, and I've never seen these ideas on TV. So don't go thinking I'm stealing somebody else's ideas. Somebody else might have come up with this idea, but I have not heard it from anybody else. I'll tell you where I got the idea about the car thing, like Tesla, and they put the what they call it, the solar panels and stuff like that on it. Now, the solar panel idea, I'll be honest, I got that idea from trucking, because nowadays you see a lot of these new model trucks, 18-wheelers and stuff, and they have these solar panels on top of the sleeper of the truck to charge their APU and stuff. And so I kind of got the idea from that about those, putting them on cars, on Tesla cars and stuff. And then like I said, the nuclear thing, I actually saw that miniature nuclear plant thing that they were building. I forgot what they were building it for. It seemed like they were building it for, I want to say a building or something. I forgot now. But I saw them building it down in the ground like that, and I was like, dang, that little space is going to be a little nuclear reactor. It's going to create power. That's awesome. And then that was the last time I thought about it. And then a few days ago, maybe a week or two ago, when I saw the news article about how much power these servers and data centers and stuff are going to be using, I thought, man, if they had their own power source, they wouldn't be taking it from us, causing our. Because the main thing of the story was that your cost of electricity is going to go up, and I'm like, crap. We're already, during the summer months, man, we pay anywhere between $400 and $500 a month, man, because of our house and our HVAC system. First of all, we have an old house that needs to be re-insulated, new windows, doors, stuff like that to try to make it more energy efficient. Plus, we have a pool. The pool pump motor runs a lot, so that uses up a lot of power also. Picture a hairdryer running 24/7. So, we use a lot of power. Our power bills are the best in March, April, sometimes in February, October, November, sometimes in December, when we don't have to run the AC or the heat, and we can just, let the windows up and let the cool breeze blow through and stuff. That's when it's the best. But the rest of the time of the year, man, when it's super cold and we have it. We use the fireplace, but still that's not enough, because the fireplace just basically heats up the living room and the kitchen area, and it doesn't get back to the bedroom. So we have to use electric heat with the HVAC system. So, but yeah. So anyway, I just thought I'd jump in and talk to y'all a little bit while I was doing some nighttime driving. We're going through Little Rock now, and me and my best friend, man, we're best friends since we were in the second grade. So 2027, I won't say 2027, will be our 50-year anniversary of knowing each other for 50 years. A long time, and good friends for a long time. And so we love Forrest Gump. That's one of our favorite movies. We love Forrest Gump. And when Forrest Gump and Bubba meet Lieutenant Dan for the first time, where you boys from? Alabama, sir. Are y'all twins? No, sir, we are not relations. And then he's talking to him. He goes, yeah, well, I've been through Little Rock. It's a fine little town. Lieutenant Dan got Alabama and Arkansas mixed up. That's funny as hell, though. Well, I've been through Little Rock. Fine little town. Every time I tell him I'm anywhere around Little Rock, that's the first thing he says.
You must be my FNGs. Morning, sir. Oh, get your hands down. Do not salute me. There are damn snipers all around this area who love to grease an officer. I'm Lieutenant Dan Taylor. Welcome to Fort Virginia. What's wrong with your lip?
I was born with big gums, sir.
Yeah, well, you better tuck that in. I'm gonna get that caught on a tripwire. Where are you boys from in the world?
Alabama, sir.
You twins?
No, we are not relations, sir.
Look, it's pretty basic here. You stick with me, you learn from the guys that have been in country a while, you'll be all right. There is one item of GI gear that can be the difference between a live grunt and a dead grunt. Socks. Cushion sole, OD green. Try and keep your feet dry. When we're out humping, I want you boys to remember to change your socks whenever we stop. Me calling the lead will run feet right off his legs. Sergeant Sims! Where is that sling rope I told you to order?
I put into requisitions that battalion.
Yeah. Well, you call those sons of...
Lieutenant Dan sure knew his stuff. I felt real lucky he was my lieutenant. He was from a long, great military tradition. Somebody in his family had fought and died in every single American war.
I'm on, Lieutenant. Get on!
I guess you could say he had a lot to live up to.
So you boys from Arkansas, huh? Well, I've been through there. Little Rock's a fine town. Now, go shake down your gear. See the platoon sergeant, draw what you need for the field.
Oh man, that's hilarious. But yeah, we'll be through Little Rock here in a minute. And bam, look at them lights, boy. Love these lights, man. I'm gonna have to show you guys these lights. I'll have to put the camera out there somewhere so I can record turning them on and turning them off and everything, because they do this cool little thing when you turn them on, or when you turn them on for like marker lights, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, my buddy Philip over at the TA in Mariana, he helped me put them in, and we redid the wiring, so now we just have the one set of wires that goes straight to that. You don't have a bunch of wires going everywhere. It's so much better. It used to look like a bird's nest under there the way I had it wired before, and so now we have it all streamlined with one plug, all the wires going into one plug, and then you plug that one plug into the lights, and then that works the marker lights, the blinkers, and the high beam, low beam, all that stuff. And you just have the one plug, you know. That's awesome. But yeah, the lights are so freaking cool. I love them. And they're super bright. But yeah, thought I'd check in, talk to you guys a little bit. I'm gonna have some downtime Monday because I'm not delivering till Tuesday. So I will do some editing and try to get a couple of more videos queued up, ready to go out. So when I have a lot of downtime, that's when I should be doing my editing. But a lot of times I get distracted doing other stuff. And so the other day I was, I had been watching a video or something, and a suggested video popped up, because iPhone, Google, they all listen to what we're talking about, and they monitor what we do and everything else. So they know I have a blue classic, right? So this video popped up about getting my classic made over by 4-star or something like that. And I was thinking, oh, cool, the Chrome Shop Mafia, like back in the day, man, I used to dream about getting my truck tricked out by the Chrome Shop Mafia, I was like, I keep hoping every time I pull it, of course I didn't know how it all worked back then exactly, but, I knew that somebody had to tell them about you. And I don't think nobody ever told them about me. But anyway, a lot of times I'll see the reruns or see the shows on YouTube or something like that. So anyway, I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted because I'm listening in my ear, not watching, listening to a guy, what's his name? Oh, I don't want to pronounce his name because I'll mess it up. I'll just tell you the name of his channel. That way I don't butcher his name. We'll call him Mr. Spencer. That's his name. But anyway, the name of his channel is called Grinding Gears. and he has a blue classic, man. He has the smaller version of my truck. So I'm like senior, and he's like junior. No disrespect to that by any means. His truck is awesome. He's going through the process now, getting it fixed up. He got new stacks he put on. They look awesome. I told him, though, he's got those stovetop stacks, right? The ones that are flat on top. And I said, you have to put the flappers on there, man. Remember the old flappers from Smokey and the Bandit at the beginning of the movie when they crank up the truck and the stacks, you see the smoke coming out the stacks, and they got those little flappers? You gotta get the flappers, man. Come on. Those will look awesome. Big old chrome flappers up there. But anyway, he got the stacks. I want to say 7-inch stacks. And he got a new bumper put on. Beautiful 20-inch bumper. Man, that thing looks awesome. I'd be afraid to put it on my truck because I'm sure as crap and I'd mess it up. If you're not wondering why I'm not getting over in the middle lane, it's because there's a car coming up beside me right there, and I couldn't get over. So, anyway, plus the car was far enough over. Anyway, so I see this video, and I start watching it and stuff, and I said, hey, this man's pretty cool. I like this. And then I find out he's a Landstar BCO. Huh? What's the chances? Another Landstar BCO with a blue classic. And he drives for Enway. Because Landstar, we have Enway, we have Ranger, and we have Express America. So I have Express America, that's the expedited stuff, and then we have Ranger, and then we have Enway. I'm an Enway, and he's an Enway, so that was pretty cool. And so I started watching some of his videos and stuff, some of the stuff he's doing, and I saw one of his videos where he had trouble with his ECM, and I'm thinking, hey, I can reach out to him, and say, hey, man, I had the same trouble with my ECM, and I had to replace it and all. So maybe we can learn something from each other, I love exchanging ideas and information, experiences and stuff like that. So maybe he has some experiences I don't. Maybe I have some that he doesn't. Some information about this or that. He hasn't been at Landstar as long as I have. And so maybe I can give him some information to help him with Landstar. Even though he is doing super great at Landstar. I mean, extremely well. He was on a concert tour with Big Bunny. And I don't know one song that guy does. I'm assuming it's a guy. Is that the guy that's doing the Super Bowl, or is that Bad Bunny? Is it Big Bunny or Bad Bunny? I don't even know. I know there's something about a bunny. Anyway, he was on that tour, and I know how much those tours pay because I was on the one with Sevenfold, and is that what it was called? Sevenfold? I don't know who they are either, but anyway, they were pretty good, and they paid really good. So they're small compared to that Bunny dude. So I know he was making really good money doing that concert tour, and it was a big tour too. It wasn't as small as the one we were doing. We were doing amphitheaters and arenas, and he's doing stadiums. So anyway, I said, I'm going to reach out to this guy and give him my phone number, So I shot him an email, gave him my phone number, told him about, I'm BCO over here at Landstar also. I have a Blue Classic also. Maybe we could, talk and exchange some information. And I wasn't expecting him to call me back, because his channel is huge compared to mine. I mean, I only have like 2,100 subscribers, the best 2,100. And I think he has well over 15,000 subscribers. And so he's got a big channel. And but I thought, man, this guy's got it. He's got it together, man. To be so young and everything. So I wanted to talk to him and get some ideas, and if there was anything I could help him with, give him some ideas. So I gave my phone number, And then that same day, that night, he calls me out of the blue, man. I look because I usually don't answer my phone if it's, especially if it says spam. I won't answer it. I just let it go to voicemail. And a lot of times, if it's a number I don't recognize, and it's from some state somewhere else or whatever, I'll just let it go to voicemail. But I'm taking this load into Texas, and this number pops up from Houston, and I was like, well, that might be something to do with my load. Let me answer this just in case. So I answered the phone, and it's him. And I was like, hey, man, I wasn't expecting you to call me. I appreciate that. But I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, I thought that's awesome. He took the time to call me. A lot of YouTubers won't do that. I mean, I'll do it. I'll call you. That's how I've met a lot of you guys. Jonathan from Trucker for Life, my buddy Joey out in Texas. Matt called me. I didn't call Matt. A mutual friend gave him my number, and but yeah, I've met a lot of guys through YouTube like that. They'll call me and give me their number, and or they'll send me an email or whatever and give me their number. But so anyway, we talked for a good little while, and he's got a lot of good things going on, man. I mean, he's taking it to a whole nother level. And here's the crazy part, right? I just met the guy, over the phone. Just found his channel and everything, and he was telling me, you got to go to Matt's. So I'm gonna do my best to try to go to Matt's next year. But he's leaving Landstar. I just found a guy, and now he's leaving Landstar. I'm like, golly, I was thinking I had another confidant over here at Landstar I could talk to, because Matt's over here at Landstar. Joey, he's over here at Landstar. So a lot of these guys that I talk to are here at Landstar. Nathan Galloway, that's another guy. I sent him my phone number when I was coming back to Landstar, and we got to talking. And now we're good friends. We talk. He'll call me sometimes. Sometimes I'll call him. And so he's another great guy over here in Landstar that has a YouTube channel, Gangsta G-Way. He's out of Atlanta. Lives up around Atlanta, and so he's another one. Go check him out. He's a good guy. He does the heavy haul stuff, and he went from dry van, flipped over to the open deck, and bam, now he's doing super big heavy haul stuff. He has an awesome truck. He has the W900 Studio Sleeper, beautiful color of green with the Hulk on the side of it. It's freaking awesome. And but anyway, so these are the guys that you meet. You can help each other out. You can give information. So he's giving me a lot of cool advice that I'm going to try to implement, and I hope I can help him out if I hadn't already. And if I can tell him anything that'll help him out, because I've been trucking almost 30 years. It's over 25 for sure. Right, I want to say it's 27, 28, somewhere in there. Oh, there's Cal Art right on the left over there. And over there on the right is, what's that? The company Pale Ride used to ride for. I used to see his truck parked over there sometimes. Oh, man, what was that one he did? Something hauling. Oh, what was the name of that owner-operator company that pulls Cal Art's freight? I tell you, I'm getting so freaking old, I can't remember nothing. But anyway, we just passed them up here on I-30. But anyway, so yeah, I'm listening. He did a live feed earlier today, and I missed it because I was sleeping. Because I knew I was going to be driving tonight, so I was trying to get some sleep. And so I missed it. I should have set my alarm, and I forgot all about it. So I'm listening to the replay of it. just listening to him talk and stuff um, with my headset. That's why you don't hear it. But so it's hard to listen to him and talk to y'all at the same time. I get off topic or I stutter a little bit or something. I'm trying to do two things at once. Oh, and drive. But yeah. So go check out his channel though. It's called Grinding Gears, and guys like him, man, they blow my mind. You know, I was curious about when he had started his YouTube channel. He started his YouTube channel in April of 2023. I started mine in, I think, December or November of 2018. So over 4 years I've had mine longer than he's had his, and I'm just at a little over 2,100 subscribers. But hey, I give him all the credit for that because he does some very unique recording. He puts out a lot of good information, a lot of good content, and so I understand why he has all the subscribers that he has. That's why I say that's why it caught my eye when I saw that one video, and because once I saw his truck, bam, right off the bat, I knew he was, well, it didn't hurt that he was pulling a Landstar trailer. That kind of gave it away too. But the first video I saw, there was no trailer in it, and I just kind of was like, hey, wait a minute, I recognize that number. You know, so I was like, is this guy Landstar? So yeah, but you know, he gave me some good ideas about, and he gives you a promo code. So if you're buying stuff, you need some chrome or something like that, you can go to 4th State and you can put in a promo code that he gives you. I want to say it's called Grind 10 or something like that. Go check out his channel to make sure, but I think it's Grind 10. Anyway, you put that in when you buy your stuff online in the promo code, and then you get like 10% off, I think it is, whatever you're buying, which more than covers your tax, right? So you're buying it more or less tax-free. Because that takes off 10% of what it costs. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to be buying some stuff. My stacks, I'll probably may go and buy those from 4th State. And the visor. These are all things I want to get. First, I got to do my rebuild. That takes priority. Because having all that beautiful chrome on the truck doesn't do you any good if the truck ain't running. So yeah, I need to get the rebuild done first. But it's definitely something I want to do. And he also told me about a place where I can get the interior of the truck done. And because I want to put down hardwood floors in the truck and stuff like that. Plus, I want to gut the sleeper, take everything out of the sleeper except the upper cabinets, and take the cabinets off the back wall, take everything out. Also, I want to take the padding off in the back, everything off, and all the way down to the bare wall inside, you know, the metal part, and find out if there's any black mold. The reason I ask is think about that is because it's possible there could be water leaking inside, and I haven't seen it, but it could be behind the walls and creating black mold or something like that. And because I can't figure out what's going on, I got this. I've been coughing up mucus, chest cold for over a year now, and when I say for over a year, I don't mean one day I'll cough it up and then a month later I'll cough it. I mean every day I'm coughing up mucus for like a year, over a year, and I need to find out what's going on. I went to the doctor, they give me a prescription, you know, and I need to put my foot down and say, hey, look, we got to do more than just keep giving me prescriptions. I mean, take some chest x-rays, let's do some lab work, let's do something and find out what the heck is going on here, you know. And so, yeah, I need to do that. But anyway, I want to strip it down and see, just to make sure there's nothing back there. And then I might actually, once they got it down like that, see about maybe putting in some spray insulation or something like that, just to try to insulate the walls better, and makes it a little bit quieter too, maybe. And then have them go back and put the kind of like the diamond stitch interior or something like that. And I'm thinking about switching up the color of the interior. Right now it's gray, and I'm thinking about either going black or blue. I'm not sure. I kind of like the idea of black interior with blue accent, you know, like blue buttons and blue stuff like that, blue stitching and stuff like that. So, yeah, he gave me a lot of good ideas. So, anyway, I better let you guys go, man. Hell, it's probably already up to an hour or more by now. I just, if you've watched it this long, man, you guys are the best. I mean, give yourself a round of applause, man. Holy crap. But yeah, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. And like I said, I'm going to try to put out some more content when I can. And maybe when I get the tarot, I'll do a video. Because I did order some stuff, and I'm going to have it. It's going to be delivered there to the Amazon lockers at the truck stop. So maybe we'll do a video about that. And show you guys what I bought. And explain how we're going to be using it and stuff. So anyway, I'll let you guys go. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, go over and check him out. Oh man, I don't want to butcher his name, but his last name is Spencer. So Mr. Spencer, Grinding Gears. I'll get him to help me practice saying his first name. I have a terrible time with pronunciation. Have you noticed? I guess that's being a redneck in the South. We don't say things the way other folks do. But anyway, thank you guys so much. Go check out Grinding Gears. Go check out Trucker for Life. Go check out Matt Nomad Trucker and my buddy Nathan Galloway, Against the G-Way. Old Pale Rider. Yeah, check out Pale Rider, man. We talked about him earlier with Bass CalArt. He's changed the name of his channel. He's doing some new stuff now. It's pretty cool. It's called Trucker Reacts. And so go check out his channel. He's still there. Still kicking, putting out videos. But thank you guys so much. I hope I didn't forget anybody. Thank you guys so much for liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing. If you're not already subscribed, go down, click the subscribe button, and click the little bell notification to all. So whenever I post any updates or anything new or videos, it gives you a notification. So thank you guys. Y'all stay safe. Thanksgiving is just around the corner. Plan on being there with your family, eating a big meal and enjoying yourself. And we'll be talking to you again soon. Don't give up. Don't quit. Keep moving forward. And always keep punching.
Keep punching.